All right, guys, at least at the time that I'm recording this video, we are firmly sitting in spring market. It is warmer outside. Daylight savings time has swapped over. There's tons of pollen in the air, all the signs of spring, including I'm seeing listings tick up and sell more. So as agents ourselves, we're going to want to capitalize on this spring market and make sure that we're making the absolute most of it while home sales are surging. So this week I've got a super simple tool for you guys to institute and look at and figure out how can we put this into our businesses to make use of the listings that are coming our way. What we've got is what I'm going to call a Raving Fans Sheet. All this is when you go to take a listing, this is an additional piece to add to your listing packet. I found this idea at a Spring Masterminds event several years back at this point, and I wish I could remember who presented this idea at the table that I was sitting at. If this was your idea, please let me know, and I'll be sure to credit you in arrears. But all they said that they did was they would get a sheet and have their sellers fill out 5 to 10 people that they think would help them to market their home. So these are friends, family members, close colleagues that would be willing to collect some materials from me, the agent, and help to market their home to people that they know that might be interested in buying it and moving into the area. So this becomes a major game changer because we're doing two things. We're one, doing additional marketing above and beyond what we would be able to do on our own through traditional methods. So we're getting the home sold more quickly. And two, this also creates a network of people around the seller that we're now in relationship with. We can show them what it's like to work with us when we list a home by collecting this information, giving them the materials to help market the property, and being able to report back on a successful sale. So between those two things, we're making a happy seller, we're getting a home sold more quickly, and we're expanding our database. What's not to love? So at this point, all we need to do is to come up with, well, what does our Raving Fan Sheet look like? And I do have an example just to show. Here's just an example of something that we could use. You can shape this to be whatever it is that you want. But of course, the obvious things that we're going to need here is full contact information so that we are able to get these people the marketing materials that they said that they would be happy to take to market their friend's home. So once we have this information, obviously, we're going to want to make sure that we have a system to get it into our database and that we can begin to gently, with their permission, market to these folks. And also, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to want to make sure that when the home sells, we're able to go back and report back on the success and thank those friends, family, and close colleagues of the seller for participating in the sale of that person's home. What I'm going to ask you guys to look at is, as you're deciding whether or not to utilize something like this in your business, there's two questions that I want you to consider. The first is genuinely, how can I adapt this concept to work within my own business? Is there a sheet that I feel comfortable putting in as a part of my listing presentation that's going to allow me to sell homes more quickly and build out my database? And the other thing I'd love for you to reflect on is, what about for your own business? Who are your raving fans? Who are the 5 to 10 people who absolutely, without a doubt, would make sure to advertise for you if you ask them to? And then, do we ask them to? Are they in our database? Do we have full contact information? What would we need to do to practice what we preach for these listings that we would be doing this with as well? So take some time, think about, is this something that I'd be willing to implement into my business? And if not, why? What is the fear that's holding me back? And who is it that are the raving fans for my own business as well?